we're broke. When I came out of the military, we're at about 30% debt to GDP. So we could have, that's like you make $100,000, but you paid 30,000 to the bank. Today, it's 140% debt to GDP. That means you're making $100,000, but you owe $140,000 every month. And America's broke, and the baby boomers are still living in that time when we were 30% debt to GDP. So it's not the same world anymore. They've been lied to, but they're not even aware they're being lied to, and they think the Bitcoin guys are crazy. Or any Ethereum, anything new that shakes our 401k, dreamland or fantasy land there. If Bitcoin, you guys keep pissing people off, and we go to Fedcoin, you know what's going to happen? Hyperinflation. Because they're going to give money, it's complete communism at that point. They're going to give money directly to the people via UBI, Universal Basic Income, MMT. It's called welfare. It's also called Social Security. It's also called Medicare. But they're going to, if they go to Fedcoin, like China's going to the China coin, if they go to that, that's why you're going to wish you had some Bitcoin, gold, silver, and bullets, because there will be civil unrest. They're going to steal our wealth, but they're going to pump the money directly into the people. And that's what they did during the Weimar Republic, which brought rise to Adolf Hitler. And Kamala and Adolf have the same values, reparations.
Now we're talking about this digital dollar, and it's starting to pop up. And
so, the problem that we have is inflation, right? So the Federal Reserve prints, they just popped out 1.9 trillion, and already today they're talking about another 3 to 4 trillion. Like, where does that money come from? And what most people don't realize is that every time they print another dollar, the dollar in your bank is worth less. And so they're stealing the value from your dollars. And so you don't have any control over that. And even worse than that, when they print those dollars, they're stealing your value. They give them to their buddies. The people closest to the money supply get the benefits, called the Cantillon effect. And so it's a completely unfair system. They're stealing your labor. They're stealing your energy, kind of enslaving you with that. And so going to a digital dollar, a central bank digital currency, is the same system, but even worse. So it still gives them all the same benefits of creating as much money as they want, enriching their buddies and themselves while stealing your value. But on top of that, it's a digital money. So it's a couple things that are kind of scary. Again, it's one, it's programmable. So when they gave out the stimulus last year, the goal was to stimulate the economy. They're hoping people would go spend that money in the economy. Most people didn't. They saved it.
Right.
Which is exactly what they didn't want to happen. So, and then some people put it into Robinhood and started trading it.
Yeah, that's right.
And so they can program the money. So they could say, hey, you get the money till Friday. If you don't spend the money by Friday, it comes back to us. And by the way, you can only spend it here, but you can't spend it here. So they could program it. But it gets even scarier than that. It's also could be used behaviorally. So for example, Ken, you're saving way too much money. You're negative 5% interest on your money. Mark, you're not saving enough money. We're going to give you positive 5% interest rate. Oh, you're this race, you're this sex, you're this identity, whatever. You get this treatment, you get this treatment. And so through the money, they can control behavior. And that's really where they want to go, which is pretty scary. So they want to be able to inflate it away. And it's almost like if you've seen these futuristic dystopian movies, we don't even have money anymore. Really what we have is the government gives us credits.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
They can use those credits how they see fit or take them away from us. The difference is when I put my money into Bitcoin, I control it. I have custody. And so nobody can steal it, seize it. And if I want to send it to you, nobody could stop it, block it, or prevent it. And I think it's going to be a good thing for Bitcoin because there's a lot of skeptics on whatever digital money, even though today I think 80% of transactions are done digitally. There's a lot of skeptics on this digital money. And so I think it's going to make it mainstream. And then people are going to go, wait a minute, why does my US dollar, digital dollar, keep losing purchasing power, but this Bitcoin over here keeps gaining purchasing power? And I think it's going to be a big marketing piece for Bitcoin.
Before we continue, help us by smashing that YouTube like button and subscribe now to this channel. This shows the algorithm that you value the information, and it helps us spread this message. Sharing is caring. Please like and subscribe now. Thank you. And now, let's continue.
Once you understand how the Fed operates, what happened, there was a third federal bank. It started in 1913. You know what else started in 1913? The IRS. So you put 2 and 2 together, and what do you spell? You're being screwed. And so one of the things I like about Bitcoin, it has some degree of liquidity, or it claims it does. So it's not like real estate. When I buy a piece of real estate, it's illiquid. And so if I make a mistake, I can't get out of it. See, that's the trouble with real estate, it's illiquid. Now this here is called paper. This is, how do you spell Zimbabwe? This is the US dollar. This is the future of the US dollar. It's a piece of paper. And millions of people are working for this. They're chasing Bitcoin, which is not a bad idea, but this is God's money. It's been here since planet Earth was started.
There's no doubt in my mind they're going to launch a digital dollar, right, or Fed coin. And what people need to understand is two things. One, it is no different than what the dollar is today. It's the same monetary policy, just in a new technology format. And all that means is now they have more controls than they had previously.
Right.
And the second thing is that if they launch a Fed coin, it is going to force everyone to get a digital wallet. And when they get everyone on digital wallets, more and more capital is going to flow to the soundest, hardest money. And so therefore, what is actually going to happen is when they launch FedCoin, they're going to think that it is going to be a response to Bitcoin as a decentralized digital currency, but it's actually going to accelerate the adoption of that digital decentralized currency. And I think they know that. I think that's why they're actually not being so aggressive with it. But what people are not ready for is a world where the federal government actually has more power than they have now over the monetary supply. So here's two ideas for you. The first is China already ran this experiment. What happens when the US says, hey, we're going to give out a $1,200 stimulus check? By the way, you have 7 days to spend it. If you don't spend it, it expires. When you can actually put expiration dates on the money. When you can tell people we're going to give you this stimulus check, but you can only spend it in certain places. All of a sudden, you hand that to millions and millions and millions of Americans. It's not so good. The second thing is what happens when they start to personalize monetary policy. They say, Robert, you know what? You've got lots of assets. You've got great income. We're actually going to allow you to experience higher levels of inflation. But you know what? That person that is down the street, they're going to experience medium level of inflation. And we're going to start personalizing the level of inflation or the monetary policy that you have because we can. Your music playlist is personalized, your Google Maps, your Uber and Lyft, your Google search results, everything in your life that is on a keyboard is personalized. Why is the money not? It's because they previously haven't had the technological ability to do it, but now they do. And so when you start to think through this and you say, wait a second, are they going to personalize monetary policy? Are they going to get more control? Are they going to get more surveillance capabilities? This is not going to be a net positive for most people. It's actually going to be a net negative.
What to do in such a situation? Inform yourself and keep your financial education strong. We from the Compact Group offer our loyal subscribers a free educational portal with firsthand monetary, financial, and economic knowledge. Enter our invite-only Insider Club by clicking the link below. You will get access to first-class information far earlier than the rest. We have prepared a special deal for all our members where you can access a giant pool of Robert Kiyosaki's financial wisdom for just $1. To find out more, simply click the link below and join our Insider Club absolutely free. But there is more you can and should do. Build up several streams of income. More and more people realize that they have to take their future in their own hands, but they don't know how and where to start. We from Compact offer our Insider Club members unique opportunities. Strengthen your financial muscle and get the edge. Click the link below. Become part of our free Insider Club. No financial obligations. But there's one important thing you have to know. You have to become active. So do it now. Become active and see you on the other side.